I think the kids of the 70s are bridging gap between generations.
We are an adapting generation.
Our generation is working for change.
It's a generation that was truly the guinea pigs of technology.
My generation is the counselor for tomorrow.
We are the in-between.
I realized that the desire to achieve and do well overtook a lot of facets of my life.
I would say that the pace, the lifestyle in Singapore, it has created or instilled a mindset in me that the pace is fast. I can't slow down. In terms of work-life balance and enjoying life itself, building families and all that, it tends to take a lower priority. Maybe perhaps it's just for me, but that is how I've gone through life.
The problem with Singaporean work culture, I feel, is that sometimes we don't look at effectiveness and we just look at the inputs, which is not, just because you put A in doesn't mean you get A out. So Singaporeans and Singaporean bosses sometimes make the mistake of equating hours in with output. I don't think that's healthy. It's not productive.
The question was to what end, because there's always never-ending amount of work to do.
I feel my education prepared me for absolutely nothing. Because the thing about education in Singapore is that if you're very good at taking tests, that says nothing about how you deal with people, how you negotiate or communicate.
It's not only about failing, just didn't do very well, maybe get a 60 out of 100 kind of thing. You can expect that you get a lot of scolding. You probably get 1 or 2 strokes of the cane, and that instilled some fear in us, that hey, next time better do well, or you will get more,
The need to oblige is also very strong.
I come from a family that was really free and easy. Like, you didn't have to come back with an A, right? You didn't have to come back with a distinction. You didn't have to have a great report card. You needed to make it from your house to the bus stop and make it to school without dying.
Yusof is kind of funny. I mean, I being the creative side of the family, right, wants him to be whatever he wants to be. I know he likes the ocean, so he wants to be a marine biologist at one point. I think he still does, but recently he wants to be a magician, to the dismay of my wife, which I thought was hilarious.
It's a survival of the fittest in school, I think. I think they pick up very quickly whether they can adapt or not. And I think preschooling before they start into the primary school system is rather crucial. It's kind of preparatory. And a lot of kids that weren't quite prepared do struggle in the first or second year in school, which is quite sad. And I think it adds on to the stress of learning. It is a difficult system.
You qualify a child based on whether they passed chemistry or physics. I think it's very, very unfair. I think that kids like me just slipped through every single known crack that was available. And there are a lot of kids that are slipping through cracks that are put in place. And I think it's very unfair.
During that time, yes, I'm very poor. And that's how I survived, by working part-time without my mom knowing, alright? So I left school when I was about 13.
I didn't do well because I don't really like to read books. And I'm a type of person who hands-on stuff, and then I know how to deal with that.
When my parents at my age, they are hardworking people. This is the time where Singapore was coming out to be a nation, the identity of Singapore. Every parents that time, they don't mind working overtime, especially for the dads. The mom will take care of the house.
Across many cultures in the world, parents still have that same dream for the kids, and I don't think it's particularly a Singaporean thing. But the difference is, I think, with the culture of Singaporeans and the level of respect that's given to their superiors.
Like my mom, she's always telling me that I started work at 12. You are lucky.
My parents believe in a world of compromises. So you want to do art, go ahead and do it, but take a second degree.
I remember when I finished my national service, I went home and said, Dad, I'm going to take up my degree. My dad turned around and said, that what degree? I said, art. Yeah, I don't have the money for you. I look at him and smile. I say, no, I'm telling you not because I want money from you. I'm taking a loan. I'm telling you because I want you to know at least your son is taking out a degree. I'm the only child that took out a degree at home.
In my generation, to be an elite, I would say you should be in a very senior position in the company. You have got a team, or you are heading a team. In your work, you live a pretty decent lifestyle. You have a nice home, probably an executive or condominium, or even a landed property.
The graduates now coming into the job market and all that really need to, I see they're working very long hours also. And if you are together, the marriage will not be an immediate part of the discussion, or growing that relationship might not be an immediate focus.
I will ask a lot of people, do you cook at home? No. Do you cook at home? No. Then who cook? My mom. I found out my generation, right? Out of 10 women, married women, I asked them, how many of them cook? 2. Maybe 3. You can say 70% don't cook, 30% cook. Because the life is so hectic, people don't have the time to cook, or they'll ask their maid to cook.
I've never felt the urge to have children until I've explored my life, and well, the startup, I suppose, is a child of a sort, but it's unusual because I'm actually trying to make a difference and looking outwards rather than in a domestic circle.
Nobody want to do that. Nobody want to cook in the hot, walk and cook and spread it out. Nobody change. Mindset change. If you have an education or university and your father is selling char kway teow, would you like to take over your father's business? No.
Everyone's talking about the foreign talent. I have a lot to say about that foreign talent thing, because I think it's unfair to say that the foreign talent coming in is not great for us. It's great, because what I would like to do is I would like to look at a person and then put them side by side of where they came from. Them coming here is an amazing story. That human being had the courage to say, I'm leaving and I'm going to Singapore and I'm going to try and make it there.
I never really said no, I think. That's why. Yesterday was the last day of a job that I was in for over a year. Moving forward, I think that was my way of saying no.